Good afternoon and welcome to the Friday press conferences for the 2019 NCAA Men's Volleyball Championship for the National Championship match between Hawaii and Long Beach State. Joining us now for Long Beach State University is head coach Alan Knipe and student athletes Kyle Ensing and Josh Tuaninga. We'll start with an opening statement from head coach Alan Knipe.
Yeah, it's an exciting time for both the teams, especially us right now as we prepare on this day off. One, to kind of get our legs back underneath us from the match last night against a good Pepperdine team, and secondly, get ready for the challenge that lies ahead tomorrow. But before we get too far ahead, I think it's just really important to state some of the things that are important to us. One, as we prepare, but also how grateful we are to be in this situation, to the NCAA committee for putting this together, and all the people of the city of Long Beach, and of course Long Beach State for hosting this, and giving our student athletes, and especially this group of seniors, this opportunity to play for a title in the pyramid. So we're going to take this opportunity today to do what we normally do. Have a day that we feel like at the end of the day we got better both on the court and preparing for the match, and keep in our normal rhythm, and be excited to get in here tomorrow and have a chance to play in this last game of the season, which everyone wants to play in, and finish it off the way that we've been preparing for all season long.
All right, we'll open up for questions. Mike?
Alan, at yesterday's press conference, Charlie said he thought you guys were one of the best teams in the history of college men's volleyball. Do you want to say some nice things about his team for us?
Well, I think what both of these programs have been able to do for especially this entire season, and maybe extended into the last couple of seasons, it's become kind of the norm for people to look at the statistical lines and see some of these massive hitting numbers, and to look at the wins and losses and the disparity in sets, wins and losses of both teams over the last couple of years. But I think both programs just right now are very similar in the talent they have on the floor. And it's not just about talent, though. It's about the competitive drive within the athletes that are running the show. So we have a tremendous amount of respect for team. How can you not? We played them 3 times in the last couple of weeks and went 5. We played them in 2 5-gamers at the end of last year. It's been an incredible battle every time. And for the volleyball world, this is probably the matchup everybody wanted to see. I don't think that either program would really care who they saw as long as they were in the final. That's just the way you have to go about it, especially with the quality of the opponents that we had to deal with to get here. But just for the way this kind of perfect storm and tidal wave has led the last couple of weeks to lead to this matchup, it's what the volleyball world wanted to see, I think, and it should be a match for the ages. That's what we're preparing for.
Vinny?
Coach, obviously the fourth, or Vane Lips here from Off the Block, obviously the 4th time you guys have faced Hawaii in the last couple of weeks. Is there anything you took away from the last time you played them, and any adjustments you're going to make based off that loss?
Yeah, I think that what you take away from each time is the respect that I think that both programs have for one another. This game's going to come down to execution, and it's going to come down to composed plays in close sets and late in matches, and that's okay. I'm really proud of what our team has been able to do and the composure they've shown over the last many years, not just not this season, of being able to execute and being able to be resilient and show some grit in whatever we need to do at either side of the game. But when it comes down to the adjustments, at this point, both teams know each other so well, and there's been so much information given to the guys on both teams. It's really going to be a game of adjustments throughout the match as things change, as certain guys get more sets, or guys get hot, or things are working better than other things, leaning more on your block and defense at times, leaning more on your side-out offense at times. It'll be a lot of, I would imagine, small in-game adjustments, not drastic ones. But ultimately, it will come down to execution by the players, and that's what all championships come down to.
Josh, Kyle, you guys had almost 2 weeks between the Big West Championship game and last night's semifinal. Did you play over that Big West Championship game in your head at all? Like, think what could have gone differently? Did it or were you able to move past it?
I mean, I think it was right when we got in the locker room, we kind of just moved on from that match. I mean, it hurt us inside, and we kind of told ourselves that we're not going to feel that again. And I think we did a really good job of moving on from that game, because that week after, that practice was one of the best we ever had, and I think it really showed that we moved on, and we're not going to feel that feeling again.
Josh, Alan was talking about the volleyball world wanting to see Long Beach State and Hawaii. You're probably about as plugged into the volleyball world as anybody around. Is that what you've been hearing from the people that you're talking to?
Yeah, for the most part. I mean, my whole family's kind of been talking about it a little bit, so it's been kind of tough lately. I think for the biggest thing for me was I kind of like tried to stay away from social media for a little bit, and just to stay away from that noise, and it kind of helped me just to kind of focus on what was right in front of me day by day. So as much excitement was around us meeting Hawaii in that game, I felt like I handled it pretty well with kind of just focusing on day by day, making sure our side of the net was going to be good and prepped for the tournament.
Mike?
Josh, Kyle, you guys have obviously gotten to see Hawaii 3 times this year. Can you just talk about what are they better at than other teams, right? What are the biggest challenges they pose to you guys?
I mean, like Coach said, we see Hawaii as like one of the other good, really good teams in the league. They have really athletic dudes, physical guys, and same with us. I mean, it's just going to be a really physical match, and that's what we're prepped for.
Yeah, I think they're they've been working on some of the things that they're great at, and it's something that they bring to the table, which with every team they just hammer at what they do great, and they do it for a while. So it's definitely going to be a good match.
Vinny?
Kyle, over the summer you got an opportunity to play for Team USA in the Volleyball Nations League. Can you talk about that experience and what you've learned from playing, especially being on the roster for the finals?
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely a super cool experience for me to learn from the best in the world. You got Matt Anderson and all those guys over there just spewing out experience and learning materials that I learned and try to soak up the whole time, and it's really led me into having a really good season here and season with these guys.
Adam?
Kyle, Josh, 1 match left in your Long Beach State careers. Like, what is the conversation like among this senior class now that you're getting really to the end of the road?
I mean, it's I think it's for us, it's all about just leaving our mark, leaving with leaving the legacy. So we'd like to go into this match just putting it all out there and playing like it's our last match, which it is. So yeah, just excited to kind of go out there and battle for the last time with this team, with this program.
Vinny?
Coach, I know you're focused on the match, but I do have to ask, with obviously such a great senior class, win or lose, it's their final match. So can you talk about 2020 a little bit and kind of some of the players and some of the pieces and what the team's going to look like a little bit next year for the volleyball community?
No, I mean, I'm not even probably. We have a lot of great guys in our gym. They're doing wonderful things. We have a really good recruiting class coming in this year, and a really good group that have committed to come in the junior class. So we're excited. It has a lot of the feelings that it did when these guys were playing in high school and we're getting ready to come in. But I really don't want to cheapen the moment and talk too much about it. For us, it's it's about the now. It's about the present. It's about these guys' journey through their time here, and they deserve this opportunity. And they have moved the mark. Not only in Long Beach State volleyball, but they've moved the mark for men's volleyball across the country, as this Hawaii team has also done. What we've seen over the last couple of months of volleyball has been great for the game. So I think staying focused on the task at hand is important. And when it talks about like these guys' last match or these, it's not that stuff's not important. It is, and there is a time and a place to celebrate those things, and they're in postseason banquets, and when we can shower them with adulation and really dig into it. But right now, we'll go with the motto we always do, and that it's not that it's not important. It's just not important right now. What's important right now is for us to just put our head down, work hard, and bear down on this, what we can control today and tomorrow, and really enjoy and soak up this opportunity to go out and be Long Beach State when we play tomorrow night.
Cindy?
Coach, you kind of addressed that, what I was going to ask. But how exciting, given your background with the national team, to see this level of college volleyball right now? I know you touched a little bit on that last night.
Yeah, I think it's, I think men's volleyball has been probably the hidden gem of college sports for years. I think it's has different pockets or different universities or different eras that it's had this kind of excitement around it. But with the media attention and the crowd sizes and just with the way the schedule worked out, that it led to these big matches with Hawaii at the end of the year, and selling out the Pyramid and selling out Stan Sheriff, and then coming back to the Final Four here, and all the excitement. And I said it a couple of different times over the last couple of weeks. If you're an athletic director, you're a conference commissioner, and you're not looking at this going, why am I not adding this sport? You got to kind of question kind of your logic of what's important. These incredible student athletes, that incredible graduation rates from incredible families, great ambassadors to your universities, to the conferences, future Olympians, future professional players. And I'm not just talking about these two programs, I'm talking littered throughout the country. Just incredible athletes to engage with, your donors and your alumni. And why wouldn't you want to be part of this? And especially when the investment is 4.5 scholarships, to have the opportunity to be in this kind of atmosphere. To me, I'd be jumping in line and say, how do I sign my program up? How do I sign my conference up to men's volleyball?
Vinny?
So, final question for me. I'll end on a little bit of a lighter note. Obviously, the match tomorrow is being played on May 4th. So, Josh, Kyle, what's your favorite Star Wars movie, and who's your favorite Star Wars character?
Man. I'd have to say...
You're probably gonna be mad at me for this one.
You go then.
I never watched Star Wars. So
Just watched a lot of video on how to set a volleyball, though.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that.
I don't know, I'd probably have to go with Darth Maul. I don't know, he's always been a cool guy because he has the double blades. I've always been super hyped about him until he died, but yeah. Yeah. Oh, sorry.
Explode.
Yeah. Yeah.